The Colosseum of Rome was built in 72. It was either BC or 80. I forgot which one. Which was housed to combat, which was where all the gladiators performed for the amusements. And there's that quote of give them circuses and breads and there'll be no uprising or whatever. Pretty historical quote and definitely a good application for Lucia Fulci film, very specifically New Gladiators, or also known as Rome 2072, in which there are two very specific brands going on here. There's two very specific channels that are going to compete with each other. There's one that has one called the Kill Bike, in which people on motorcycles attempt to eliminate each other, and there's also the Danger Game, in which they say, okay, can the person who's going underneath a generative dream hypnosis survive everything and then win a whole lot of money? And even that's not enough for the rating, so they said, okay, now let's get a whole bunch of convicts together and let's try and get them to just eliminate each other. It's like they'll be slapped with bracelets that will detonate if they try and do anything stupid, and it's like they have to survive. And it's like, the idea of this one person says, okay, I am Sam. I am the head of one company. Cortez, you are going to try and come up with a game that will help. They'll pretty much just dethrone the other company from having any ratings. And for a while, it looks like that's what he's doing. As we follow some of these prisoners, and they do their training routine. But lo and behold, there's one champion from the, what was that? He was in the kill bike competition, and in order for him to participate, they pretty much slaughter his wife, and we get to see some of the people doing it. And they put him underneath a training to try and get me more like ravaging and everything, but he won't do it. He'd just be like, no, I want nothing to do with that. So ultimately he's got to try and win over the favor, if you will, of some of the other prisoners. And what happens from there is that the prisoners start to get together, and they said, okay, now we're going to go and rebel against this person. So it's pretty much a standard story. There's also this computer known as Junior that pretty much just, like, I guess you could say, rules the roost. Which led to the downfall and the new way how mankind perceives violence and everything like that. So saying, hey, we're going to, like, hey, we've become so desensitized to it all. There's thanks to this one computer that pretty much just ruled everything. We even get like the history and everything of which which you always hear. It's like, this is a fully good, realized movie, but it just takes a while for things to get going. Because it's like, when I guess we get some of the training sequences, it's cool. I like that. But when you get just so much talking about this computer, it's like this, I don't, it just doesn't work. For me, it's like, I like the concept. I love the visuals. Visually, this is a beautiful freaking movie. I mean, the lights, the sets. I mean, yes, there are miniatures, but that's the point. The miniatures are there to look freaking incredible, to represent that this is Rome in 2074. And it's like when you hear the motorcycles, it's just so amazing. It's like when there's action in this movie, it's great, but when there's slowdown to describe all the stupid stuff going on, it's just boring. I don't know. I just feel conflicted about this one, because I even like the idea of it. I like the grittiness of it. I like the like when it's like when Drake, the hero, is standing up he earns the respect of his fellow prisoners. I like that a lot, but here the exposition of the hearing what the computer is, it's just so boring. We get a cute love we get a lovely looking female who's just kind of there to just get things figured out, but she becomes attracted to Drake and eventually starts putting two and two together that what was his name, that the schmuck wants to overtake Sam and become the head of the new network, and is willing to do anything at any cost to make that happen. And it's just this, it's the most standard tropes that you'll hear in a movie. I'm like, whatever. So yeah, story's predictable, but I do at least like the taking Rome into the future. I will say that. And my personal favorite scenes are in the beginning when they have the motorcycles going around and people are eliminating each other. I like the I like, I like it when the prisoners hang out and talk with each other, and how they're forced to try and get everything to go on. When the actual game itself comes an hour, oh goodness, what was that? An hour and 10 minutes in. It's freaking great. I mean, it's everyone on motorcycles. It just works so dang well. Even the training sequence when they're trying to penetrate his mind in order to get him to become violent, he still won't. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, and of course, like in the last 5 minutes of when they pretty much managed to stop the head schmuck, that was cool. But I don't know, just when it's just not when it's just not working with all the visuals or the action, it's just boring. I'll admit, I was bored a little bit, so I don't know. And I really do feel conflicted about this one. So I don't know. Music is great, so a lot of synth, which adds, because this was 1984, 86, 84, which adds to the futuristic tone. Because there was the dystopian movies of Escape from New York and Blade Runner. Obviously, that led to the influence of the freaking beautiful skyscrapers and everything. This is also which led to Italy's take on it. 1990, the fall of New York, the conquest of Atlantis, and some what was that? Blast Fighter. Fulci was going to work with a producer. And they said, "Oh yeah, we're really loving this right now." These two had a clash of ideals because Fulci wanted to be like dome with glass or plastic domes and everything, and the producer whose name eludes me wanted it to be with all the skyscrapers. So those two had disagreements, which led to court and everything else. And it was just ugly behind the scenes stuff, the standard stuff. This is like the second or third time that Fulci took someone to court over a deal. I'm just like, what the heck, man? And it just led to stuff going on. It didn't really do much with like the production, because the production values are great, but you could tell that there was some ideas that didn't feel completely connected, I noticed, which probably would have led to a more coherent, easily I'd still say this is like in the top 10 Fulci movies. This is probably like the lower end in my opinion, just visually. But yeah, there's this football star in there who has a mustache. I forgot his name. He played for the Raiders or something like that. He's still alive. He did like his own acting and directing and acting in like Italian movies and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. The main actor, Jared Martin, starred in Dallas as a semi-occurring character and many others, which I like seeing American actors. As long as they had fun on the set, that's all that matters. So yeah, I don't know. I recommend that you and I say If you want the visuals and the kind of blood, oh, this is also a production with Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hirsch presents a Team Trauma release, so it looks freaking beautiful. They took the time to restore it, and I like it, but just with the boring exposition in the junior computer, it just doesn't do much. Unfortunately, I kind of have to cut it down, man. I don't want to, as I like this, but when it's boring, it's kind of boring. But yeah, I do recommend three out of 4 stars. I recommend that you watch Rome, 2072 AD, The New Gladiators.